Oh, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages, it's time for a What Are You Drinking Wednesday episode of The Outsiders. But it's not just any Wednesday. This is early Christmas Wednesday. Longhorn fans, you got quite a haul underneath your NSD Christmas tree today. We'll talk about 21 plus one that you got signed today. You're really going to enjoy the plus one. Trust me. We'll get to that. The Outsiders is brought to you in part by the good folks at Poncho. If you've been watching National Signing Day stuff all day, guess who's been wearing poncho the whole time? This guy, because when it's serious National Signing Day stuff, you go with the nice short sleeve black. I think this is called the Bandera. There's Colt in a poncho shirt. Go ponchooutdoors.com to get that Christmas gift list taken care of. You got less than a week. You got like 5 days. I'm not even sure if they can get it to you by Christmas, so it may need to be a New Year's or a Valentine's present to apologize, but do whatever you need to. ponchooutdoors.com. All right, let's get to your outsiders. Your upper left, as always, is the quarterback. It is Mach 5. I think it may be the first time he's gone with a plaid. How are you, Chance? What are we drinking?
I was being very festive and trying to get in the holiday spirit, so I went with my Walmart brand plaid shirt.
I think I
paid
is that a holiday shirt?
I was going to say, Chance, what are the chances?
In Bill's land, maybe because it's blue.
Yeah.
What are the chances that sticker price was less than $15?
Oh, it's 1,000%. It was $11.98.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful buy. I happened to be there today, Christmas shopping, and Dick, I felt like it was a festive little flannelly shirt. Man, God,
I guess it's
a bunch
warm.
of Dick moves to get to, and right now you're getting on the list. You're getting on Santa's naughty fucking list, dude.
Well, he's flipping on us too. It's National Signing Day, and he's flipping podcasts.
Oh, we'll get to the Jason Dick flip. That's coming. There's a Dick flip coming. Let me rephrase. We're gonna anyway. Chance, what are you drinking? Did I miss you saying what you're drinking tonight?
No, I'm just going with the regular vodka, water, splash of lemonade. Had to change it up from the tequila because last night was karaoke night at Los Cucos here in the Woodlands. And it's all day happy hour on Tuesdays at Los Cucos in the Woodlands. No, they don't advertise with us. And they also do karaoke on Tuesdays at Los Cucos in the Woodlands. And it was like a Christmas party last night. Kind of got me festive. Might have had one or two too many margaritas. Not one or two, like one or two more than I should have. So I had to switch it up to vodka tonight because my body does not want tequila.
All right, Chance is trying to land the plane with vodka tonight. That tells you what kind of show it's going to be. I'll go lower left next because we'll get to Mr. Dick in a second. Your lower left is the country gorilla, Bo Edge. Bo, what are we drinking?
Well, in honor of National Signing Day, it's a triple barrel Wednesday night.
Oh, no.
Brown water, like always.
Yes, brown water.
A nice Shiner Bock, so in a poncho koozie.
Ooh, in a brown bottle.
My boy Jason, my Hill Country Fair just opened because I have never tried it, so you'll see my reaction live on the air. Diet pineapple soda.
All right, go ahead and give it a shot.
Oh, I don't know that one. I'm excited for you.
What is Bo's palate going to do with this? That looks terrible.
That's a wave of sugar-free citrus going through your body, Bo. Don't reject it, man. Your body wants it, okay?
He looks like he's about to gag and spit it all over the keyboard.
Your body wants the natural fruits, but it doesn't want the sugar, okay? That's what your body wants. Trust your body, Bo.
It's making his hands flail. It's independent from his body. What is happening? Oh, my God. All right. Can we get a verdict? You're literally unable to swallow this? You drink more whiskey than like most people I know.
Just spit it out, bro. Just let it go.
Like a 19-year-old sorority girl having whiskey for the first time. She's like, what do I do?
Holy shit.
Wait, he got it.
I was trying not to spit it all over my computer screens, and I had nowhere else to spit it. That was like if NyQuil had sex with trash and came into a liquid form. It was so bad.
Boy, there's an image for you. All right, there it is. That's
wow.
That is NyQuil and trash. All right, your lower right.
Don't ever drink this, Jason. I don't care what happens in radio. There are other sodas.
Okay.
Your lower right is the inspiration for that.
Yeah,
that's what you've done to him, Jason Dick. Do you realize that? That's what all your Hill Country Fair, Diet Moon Mist, frappuccinos have done to him. Not frappuccinos, but you know what I mean. That's what they've done. So first off, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm afraid that Bo is going to outdo me. I'm moving, guys. A lot of change in Dickland. Okay, a lot of change these days, and I am moving any day now. And so I've just been packing my house all day, and I'm so dehydrated. So I had to go with something that could replenish me, like here. Let me see if I can get the light right. It's a 7-Eleven. It's a 7-Eleven replenish zero calories, zero sugars, electric hydration beverage, grape flavor.
Dude, I'm telling you, if artificial sweeteners can keep you alive longer, you're going to live to be 280.
So the question is,
get this, guys. This is the thing. 7-Eleven, it's a knockoff Gatorade. It's grape flavored. It's orange. How the it's grape flavored.
Hey, everybody likes the Longhorns, Jason. They just don't realize this chill that goes into their Gatorade.
What are we doing here? But it is delicious, John.
How many did you get though? Like, because every 7-Eleven, it's like buy one. You got to get 2 to get the deal or 3 to get the deal. How many did you end up with those?
I go in. I'm thirsty just for one replenish. And it's $2. It's 2 for $4.50, and I'm like, well, I would be a sucker to not take it, right? So here we go. And so I got another in the fridge in case we run out of this one. So we're good, man.
All right. So before we get the update on Jason and the changes in Dickland, I'm going tonight, gentlemen, with the Deep Eddy lime vodka with the limoncello LaCroix sparkling water. So I call it a snotty Sprite.
Sounds
That's what tonight
delicious, to be honest.
Or a stuck-up Sprite, which it's a highbrow.
It is definitely not the worst drink consumed on this show tonight.
No, I was able to take that sip, and I'm good. All right, so
about everything, but I'm guaranteeing you I'm right about that because this is the worst thing I've ever drank in my life.
Save that for me, Chance. I bet it's good. Or excuse me, Bo. Save that.
Well, no, I had to buy the 6-pack, so there's 4 more of them in the pantry.
It is National Signing Day. We're going to get into all of it. Jeff Ketchum of Orange Bloods is going to join us, just like he did last week on The Outsiders. He gave us the preview. Today, it's the review of all the guys that Texas signed. We'll get to that. Jason Dick, there were rumors throughout the day on Rivals and other sites that you may be in the portal and are ready to flip. Can you clarify your future plans, please?
Come on, guys. Come on. Were you? Is this really a concern? Is this something? I suppose if I was a 5-star broadcaster, I would show up here with a whole bunch of different hats and tease you with which hat, and I would pick one up and then throw it over there. And then no, look, I am. Let me say, I hope to be an outsider for life. Okay, I would never, ever, under any circumstances, by my own decision, leave this program. So I am an outsider for life, but I am happy to announce, thank you for the opportunity, the Jason Dick and Friends podcast is launching on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Thank you to everybody who wrote Santa and said, "Dear Santa, could I have more of those mindless ramblings in my ear holes 3 times a week?" So you can subscribe on Apple or Spotify or MySpace, wherever you get your podcast. Starting on Monday, we're going to have a mix of sports talk and pop culture and news and gambling and mostly just stories from my stupid life. But yeah, I suppose I will be double dipping starting on but it's not like I'm not flipping from Georgia to Texas or from Florida State to Ohio State. It's more like I'm playing at Texas State and Kent State at the same time. So I'm going to say that's what I got going on. However, I do want to just point out that I've been fired so frequently recently. I am nervous as hell about El Jefe, about Ketch being on the program tonight, because I don't even know if he knows about me, okay? And if he's going to witness this first time, like, I'm really worried this might be my last outsider appearance. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm nervous, guys. I'm on edge.
Yeah, because you couldn't join us last week because you were saving the softball world in a triple header.
Yeah.
So this will be your first time to be on a show with Jeff Ketchum.
Yeah, by the way, came straight from softball tonight. We lost by a significant margin, ladies and gentlemen. Significant margin. But
that's tough. That is tough. So congratulations to you, Jason.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We will toast Jason and the new show. Check it out.
Yes.
And brown water.
By the way, Jason, Dick, and friends means I'm going to be inviting all of my friends, including you guys. I can't wait to have the incredible quarterback Chance Mock on, and broadcasting legend Chad Hastings on, and Blake, the super producer. And God damn it, if we get desperate someday, Bo Edge is going to get that call. So
No, hold on. You'll call Chris Abbott at Covert to come on from the showroom floor before you call me.
No, he'll have the ghost of Chris Abbott, and he'll just talk to himself for 45 minutes before he gets you on.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I know who won't be coming on because he just chatted to us that he stole one of the pineapple sodas and gave a vomit emoji. Razor has taken one. So we're down to 3 in the house.
Come on, man. You didn't like it either, Razor? God.
Apparently not.
That's rough. That is rough. And
Raise your children on diet
This is the
beverages.
time. I mean, we are legitimately worth a shit this year.
there you go. Shout out to our man Chris Abbott. Hope he's doing well tonight. This is the legitimately worth a shit crew, if I could get it out of my mouth. All right, and Jason, I apologize for the defensive question, but I'm an Aggie, so right now, folks who tell me they're doing one thing and then end up doing another, I'm a little sensitive to these things. Let's get to National Signing Day. Longhorns ended up, they started the day with 22 names they wanted to see get signed. To be honest, they didn't get them all, at least off that initial list. They got everybody you'd want. They got your Colin Simmons. They got Kobe Black. They got your Brandon Baker, your Ryan Wingo, after maybe a little drama, but not really. Everything rolling out. Aaron Hampton. They did lose a Bubba. Aaron Hampton, who goes by Bubba from Dangerfield, did end up flipping to Alabama. But later in the day, there was a reflip, and this one was a maroon flip for the Longhorns from A&M to Texas. Ty Anthony Smith, the linebacker from Jasper, did end up picking Texas. So, gentlemen, you end up with 22 big-time names. What more could you have asked for, Bo?
Nothing. It's the number 2 class in the country per Rivals, and I know there's other sites, and whether it's 2, 3, 4, it's the class that we wanted. And when you listen to Sark's press conference, he hit the nail on the head. It wasn't just star rankings, and it wasn't just big names. He filled every need they were looking for, especially when you include what they did in the transfer portal with Makuba and Matthew Golden. They filled the voids that they had and built depth for the future. And I think it was a great class. There's the only thing that was lacking from the class, and it's not the nitpick because I like the guy that was in it in Trey Owens, but there wasn't the bell cow, Pied Piper quarterback in the class that there has been the last couple, like Arch was last year. Yeah. Trey Owens is a great young man and could be a great player. He's not the nationally known high school quarterback.
To be fair, is this kind of a first world fan problem when you're just coming off the high of getting Archie Manning's grandson? You're like, the quarterback thing didn't happen for me this time.
Well, and because let's be real, Jason would make fun of me if I said it was perfect and said I was drinking Homer juice. It's not. It's brown water made with this delicious Bullet 95 rye. So I had to come up with something. It's an A+ class. Okay. It could have been an A++ class if, let's just say, DJ Lagway at the last minute decided everybody else was leaving Florida. Maybe I'll just go give Texas a shot.
That's true. Florida did keep Lagway. They did keep Lagway, even though they lost.
That would have been the cherry on the sundae. Is that the most athletic quarterback in the class from Texas decided, whatever, I'm going to go over there too.
Yeah, it was. It's certainly an impressive list. We will get reactions from Jeff Ketchum coming up here in just a second. The guys can ask Ketch about any particular recruit that they want, or signee. Now it's all on the dotted line, so they can ask him about any signee coming up. We will get to Jeff Ketchum, but first we have to. Yeah, this is really strange. Apparently, we were sent some kind of a political ad. We don't like to normally get political. This could be a bad move because we may have to do what, you get equal time, but I guess we'll do it. Apparently there's some connection to Texas. So let's hear his side. Here we go.
Lots of money.
Man.
Been victimized by a missed field goal.
No good. Wide to the right. No good.
My name is Cameron Dicker, and I'll kick for you. 50, 40, 30, doesn't matter. I'll make it.
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Rain, sleet, or snow, this leg is ready to go. Don't believe me? Ask him.
Cameron Dicker is a really good kicker. He's outstanding, and I love him.
And I did not edit that. So don't be and let me kick for you at the Pro Bowl. Ah! So go to chargers.com/vote to send me and my leg to kick for you. Vote for me! Vote for me! Pro Bowl 2023, baby, let's go!
Oh, wow. Wow. There you go. There you go.
I love the eagle. It's like,
If there are any other kickers in the AFC that would like equal time, please send your videos to us. We will be glad to play those on the Outsiders.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but as a fantasy football owner of Cameron Dicker, oh, you guys done with that? You're out of the playoffs? Sorry, I still got a team going. No, what an incredible kicker he was to have in fantasy September and October. The last month, goddamn Chargers will not score any points. Okay.
Well, they need to not score this weekend, bro.
they're not going to score this weekend. They're starting that freaking Easton Stick dude at quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. By the way,
For
those of you watching the Outsiders who are old like me, and you remember the MTV years, I'm excited to see that the suit David Byrne wore for the burning down the house video from Talking Heads has now found itself again. I didn't realize where that thing had been. That is fantastic, Cameron Dicker. You have my vote. The punching of the NFC in, that was fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We remind you that if Jason Dick had a hat game to play, look at that logo on his shirt too. If we had a hat game to play, Jason would have 12 choices of our hat because there are 12 different Outsiders hats at Last Stand Hats. Use that code Outsiders10 to get your discount at Last Stand Hats. 12 different kinds of Outsiders hats, all the cool Longhorn stuff, DBU, all gas, no brakes. The other schools that they've got represented, if you got Texas State or SFA or SAM or some of the other schools around the state that you might be into, they've got those for you too. Check them out. Last Stand, the true fans brand. They bring us all of our interviews, including this next guest who was up at 7 a.m. this morning talking National Signing Day. It's always been his big days of the year, and nobody covers it better than Jeff Ketchum of orangebloods.com. He even came off of some kind of a Christmas party tonight to talk to us. Mr. Ketchum, how are you?
I'm good, fellas. How goes? And look, you guys, there were a lot of elements of the Cameron Dicker video that were top shelf. You guys nailed it though. The eagle spreading of that took the video, which was already I think that video is better than the Texas recruiting class. That was A+. Whereas Bo, I don't know that I can give the class an A+. It's like an A. Like, I'm a hard grader, but there are some elements of this class that I think could be better that keep me from flat out giving it an A+.
Interesting. Okay. So it's
but I'm a harsh grader.
So, Chance, let's start with you. You have anybody particular you want to hear Catch talk about? Is it the whole class? What's the question in your mind right now?
Well, I think the big one is the flip at the end of the day from A&M over to Texas, another linebacker. Texas seems to have luck getting those. How much scuttlebutt was that? How much shock was there to that? And were you surprised at it?
No, in the end, not surprised at all. It was kind of one of the worst kept secrets in recruiting. I think he wishes he wanted there to be some intrigue, but boy, there have been people talking behind the scenes for a while. You know, we can't change when a kid's committed. Rivals doesn't give people like me the ability to go in and change a future cast, but other networks have no such problem. So we're on 3 and 24/7. All of the various writers, when like Josh McQuistion from Sooner Scoop, who has no real dog in the fight, is putting in a Texas crystal ball or whatever it is that they do, everybody at that point knows. And so, yeah, Ty Anthony Smith to Texas, I think for the last week or so that had become obvious that that was probably going to go Texas's way.
And ultimately, Catch, for the Longhorns fans watching, like, just how big of a get is that? In theory, obviously, getting a guy to flip from A&M to Texas, that makes a Texas fan smile. How good is he? What do you think of him?
I think he's okay. I have him rated as like a low 4-star, high 3-star. He's small guy. So, like, I think the hope is that he could become Maurice Blackwell in a few years, which I think would be a major win. I think if you've been watching the Texas defense, you know that Maurice Blackwell really came on in the second part of the season, has had a real instrumental role at linebacker for this team. Those guys don't always hit. I think that, the thing that he's going to have where there's potentially an issue is that I think it's going to take like 2 or 3 years for him to gain some strength, add some bulk, learn the game. There's a lot of elements to this. And the issue in 2023, and Chad, you and I talk about this all the time, it's tough to tell a guy after their first year or two in college to stay patient, that the Tavondre Sweat plan will work. If you just hang in there, you too in year 4 or 5 can be a difference maker. But sometimes when the instructions on the TV dinner say heat at 400 for 30 minutes, you don't get to pull that thing out at 15 minutes and then get upset that the meal's not fully cooked. And I think it's going to take if he's just patient, and if the coaches are patient, then I think in like 2 or 3 years they could have something really valuable for the defense. But I don't think, as Dwayne Aquina used to say, that it's add water, instant player. It'll take a little bit of time, and players at his position with that recruiting profile miss a lot. And, quite honestly, Bo, when we talk about what keeps the Texas recruiting class from being an A+ in my mind, one of the things would be that Ty Anthony Smith at this point is the only linebacker in this class. And, I think he's a bit of a project. So their linebacker is a position where I think they would have liked to have landed a war daddy, an absolute super blue chip. They were really hard to find in the state of Texas, which is why Texas and Texas A&M have been doing hand-to-hand combat for this kid. It's not a deep year at linebacker in the state of Texas. So he is one of the best in the state. It's just not a great year. And I just think you need to know going in that this is a guy that's not like some of the other players in this class where you can say this guy's going to play right away. I don't know that I think that about Ty Anthony Smith. And if this sounds like Catch, you're being a little rough on Ty Anthony Smith. Rivals has him ranked at 31 in the state. I have him ranked, I think, at 48. Those are the 2 highest rankings in the industry for Ty Anthony Smith. A lot of people have him, I think, let me see. Hold on. I'll just pull the damn thing up. That's why I have written all of these things. He's 31 in Rivals. He's 77 by ESPN, 54 by On3, 102 by 24/7. So he ranks as like a low 4-star, high 3-star guy. He's a solid prospect, but solid prospects isn't how Texas got to number 3, number 2 in the country in the Rivals rankings. So I think he's a solid prospect, but I think you would like for there to have been a little something more there in the linebacker part of this recruiting class.
All right, let's get a question from Jason Dick here. By the way, Jason Dick, Jeff Ketchum, Jason Dick. Let's see.
Long-time fan, first time. What is that? Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm here.
Yeah, there you go.
No, look, Catch, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much for letting me be on the platform. Such a fan. I love that time that you trolled Chad with the field goals good versus Ole Miss. I know you said that it was just a mistake, but play to the base, bro. All right. Aggie tears, just feed them to the Longhorns. We love it, man. We love it.
In retrospect, that gets funnier and funnier as time goes by.
Does it?
Yeah, no.
Does it really?
It does, Chad. Just so you know, it does.
Tremendous. And again, thanks for letting me jibber jabber on here. And now that I've said all that, let me ask you a dick question. And I should never say to you, particularly on this platform, I'm not the biggest on recruiting. It's not just because that judge told me I had to stay 500 feet away from a high school at all times. Look, we got that cleared up. All right. It was a misunderstanding. Everything was dropped. It's all good. But for every Bijan that Texas gets, for every, I guess, second chance Quinn Ewers, I see the Garrett Gilbert stories. I still remember following the high school movements of one Brew McCoy. So in your expert opinion, what is sort of the batting average or the hit rate on these ratings? How often is a guy who is deemed a can't miss or who we're ready to give the keys to the city for when he signs here? How often do they pan out?
I didn't.
Well, you just
Chance, you did great. Okay. All right.
Literally put a ball on the tee for me. I think I can answer this pretty quickly for you. And I think we'll just say it like this. If you are a 5-star guy, all of this varies depending on the position. You're probably going to make it to the NFL somewhere between, on the low end, 50%, on the high end, 75, 80%. Again, it depends on the position. Every 5-star quarterback since 2002, sorry, I had to cut it at the modern era of Rivals rankings and not go to the caveman era pre-2002. Every quarterback that's been ranked as a 5-star from the state of Texas since 2002 has played in the NFL. Now, there's a little bit of trickery there. Russell Shepard ends up not being a quarterback, even though he signed as one in 2009 in the Garrett Gilbert year, goes to LSU, but he has played in the NFL. Not every position's that good, but like defensive tackle. Oh, well, here you go. Why don't you just do this in the first place? Here's all you need to know. You can see where it declines. 5 stars, high 4 stars. And then, Jason, honestly, once you get to like a national 100, the national 100 guy isn't much better than the national 700 guy. There's the greatest trick that the recruiting industry ever played was to convince everybody that being a 4-star matters. It doesn't. And
nice Kaiser Sose there.
Yeah. And there you go. Most 4 stars aren't much different than 3 stars. The recruiting industry doesn't want you to know that, but the data at every position kind of does this. It goes really high, and then there's a real dramatic jump. And once you get to a national 100 or worse player, they all have like 75% miss rates. You know, if you look at a mid 4-star receiver, God, I hate to do it, but 15% pan out, 85% don't. So, you know, I think what I've always tried to do with recruiting is break it down, Jason, to a level where you guys – so when we're talking about Ty Anthony Smith, you're talking about a guy that arrives – it's like buying a new car. It's most valuable right now. Now that he's signed his letter of intent, he has an 80% miss rate. And I can't show up in good faith tell you that it's the most important thing that's ever happened to Texas football recruiting when there's probably a 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 at best chance that he turns into an NFL drafted player.
Jeff Ketchum joining us talking National Signing Day. Texas with a highly, highly rated class. Bo Edge is excited about it. Bo, you got something for Ketch?
Yeah. Before, with the car analogy, and when we're done with this question, we are going to kick it to a commercial from the greatest dealer of cars in the Central Texas area, Covert Ford. What happened with Aaron Hampton? Like a guy that I know was wishy-washy and was committed to about 6 schools at some point. But then when he committed to Texas, it seemed like after Texas beat Alabama and it was a Texas-Bama battle, that had been decided. And then all of a sudden he shifted. Was that because of portals? Was that because He didn't like positioning. What happened with Aaron Hampton?
Well, first of all, I think first and foremost, Nick Saban really wanted that kid. And a little bit less than a week ago, even though Hampton was saying all the right things about how he was going to stay with Texas and that he wasn't going anywhere, Nick Saban, Alabama only signed one kid from the state of Texas this year, Bubba Hampton. And Nick Saban made a point to personally recruit that kid. They told him they wanted him to come to Alabama and be a wide receiver. Texas was recruiting him to be a DB. Hampton's entire position on his position was he didn't really care where he played, but he did want to play early. I think one of the things that happened for Texas, I think they were recruiting him as a safety. Texas picks up a commitment from Xavier Filsaime this week, and they get a commitment from Andrew Makuba. Suddenly, if you're, I think, Bubba Hampton, you're looking at a really difficult depth chart to crack. And I think the combination of Nick Saban really wants me. That kid at one point was really in love with Alabama. And the only question was, does Alabama love him? Do they really want him? Or is he one of these guys that they've offered but it didn't really count? As it turns out, they really offered. They really wanted him. And I think he felt like at Alabama, it represented a bigger piece of the recruiting puzzle than he did at Texas, where in a 6-man DB class, which would have been 7 today had he signed, I think there's a general feeling that he's the number 7 guy. Now, he's a good prospect, and I think he may do really well at Alabama, but he was a little bit buried, I think, at Texas. And he might have made the right decision. If he wants to get on the field fastest, and Alabama just may have a more available depth chart initially for him, then I think, I would almost say the same thing about Hampton that I said about Anthony Smith, that he might need 2 or 3 years. Because, think about this year. I think there's a very good chance that Makuba, Ryan Watts, and Derek Williams will all be at safety next year for Texas. 2 of those guys will start. One will be the third guy. And they, I don't know where none of those guys are set to grad. Well, I guess Ryan Watts would be in his last year, should he come back for another year, but and Makuba as well. So at the end of the day, I suppose next year they would have 2 guys in that secondary at safety who will depart after the 2024 season. But I think Hampton talks about playing early, like he wants to play as a true freshman. And I think that would have been very difficult at Texas.
All right, it's the Outsiders on this Wednesday, National Signing Day. Texas looking really, really good, including that flip at the end that we talked about, Anthony Smith from A&M to Texas, but all those big names signed earlier in the day. More on that coming up with Jeff Ketchum of Orange Bloods on this Outsiders edition. Right now, though, Bo talked about it. If you need a car, there's a place that might be able to help you.
Their vehicle says Texas proud more than a Ford from Covert Ford of Austin. Deeply rooted in Texas history, the Covert family has taken great pride for over 114 years. That's why you can always depend on Covert Ford to deliver the best customer experience and a superior selection of new Ford vehicles. Shop online at covertford.com.
All right, plugging stuff into the tailgate. I love it. All right, thanks to the good folks at Covert for being a partner on Orange Bloods Live. Thanks to the Specs chat. They are fired up, and that means we've got some super chats as well. How about $9.99 to start us off? Thank you, Oscar, for that damn near $10. There were 19 schools that landed a 5-star, according to the Cover 3 podcast. Curious if that is normal, and if not, does it add to your point about top prospects leaving the state in the future?
I think it's fairly normal. I mean, I don't want to get so literal as to tell you that it happened a year ago, but in general, yeah, you know, the top schools at the top of the food chain, they get 3 or 4, maybe 5 some years with Alabama, but A&M had that year a couple of years ago where they signed like 7, but there's 32 total. So once you 19 might be a bit much, but it doesn't feel like a completely abnormal number for me.
Oscar, we appreciate it. Hope everything's going well. Hope all the classes ended up well. Oscar gives us all the info every day from UT. Here's another one for $4.99, Texas TV. Hello, fellas. Today was a great day for the program. But that being said, where does Stark? I'm assuming they mean Sark there. Where does Tony Stark attack? No. Where does Sark attack in the portal?
It's a what you drinking Wednesday. Some of us are double and triple fisting. You got to understand there may be some typos.
Yeah,
there may be some proverbs that are missing out. You know, like let it go here, okay?
Hey, can we get a Catch? What are you drinking Wednesday update? Catch. I saw that giant styrofoam. I'm about to move to Manor, sir, and we have a drive-through daiquiri bar that serves in exactly that cup. Is this a drive-through?
Chad feels like I'm drinking out of a 184-ounce cup. It's just a 32-ounce styrofoam cup. It's got Barks root beer.
It looks like the bucket that you get popcorn in at the movie.
It's not. Like, look, here's an example.
Oh,
like this little like pill dispenser.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like.
Look, I'm gonna say,
like the pill. This isn't a monster. It's like half the size.
Let me give you a piece of advice, Jeff. Not that they sell it at stores that have styrofoam cups that are that high class. The Hill Country Fair Diet Pineapple Soda, in honor of Jason staying with the show, is a no-go. Hard pass. Do not drink Diet Pineapple.
Catch, we got to play a really great game called Bo Take a Sip, and then watch him try to gag, but try not to laugh and spit all over the computer. And so watching him attempt to swallow that first sip took about 35 seconds.
It was so bad.
Can you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
I think I've had enough.
El Jefe says do it again. Go.
I think I can get it this time. I have faith.
Come on. Let's see if he can do it. Can he?
It's still awful, isn't it?
Yeah. It's still driving him crazy.
That's pretty good.
So good.
Hey, as the future mayor of Manor, I just want you guys to know that nothing goes better with a drive-through daiquiri than some pills. So, Catch, doing it right, buddy. You're doing it right. Buddy.
Okay, I'm done trying to drink this crap.
It's the only thing I had near me. Like,
it really took him that long. That was terrifying.
Oh, like I could have just grabbed my kid's magic marker and like held it up. And just see this cup's only as tall as this Barbie marker. We've
never
it's not like the bucket of popcorn that it looks like. And I only poured a can in this. This wasn't it. So there's only like that much root beer in there.
There it is.
You do realize that some of the guys on Orange Bloods, and I'm not making fun of all the Orange Blooders. I'm on there sometimes. Somebody's going to try to like screenshot that and figure out the prescription.
I mean, that's fine. Okay.
It's fine if they figure it out, but it's when they start using Photoshop and putting God knows what on there.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they'll do.
You just fed some red.
That was an assignment, Blake.
Dinosaurs.
That was an assignment, by the way.
Please let that be dog medication. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hey, Jason, I know you're out of work right now, but you do have a new podcast coming. You don't need to be taking bribes from Orange Bloods to trick Jeff into things. Remember, he's El Jefe. He can fire you from the one job that you have.
All right, get back on track because I want to ask Catch this. Since Blake put that stat back up there, the 5 stars, the 4 stars.
And this is only like a few positions. We have them for all of the positions, but I think the one that Blake put up is just for quarterbacks, running backs, and
there was something, Catch, that jumped out at me that I think is really, really interesting, and that is the dramatic decrease between what quarterbacks and running backs down to wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've been thinking about this, like literally since it was popped up there, I was like, why? Well, it seems to me, and you're in this position where you're grading kids all the time. wide receiver is the most difficult transition as far as those offensive skilled positions, because when you come out of high school, you're not used to the physicality. I mean, it seems like, that's got to play a part of it, right? That some kids are, they're able to get open in high school and just use speed, and they're not really that great at setting up routes when you have experienced veteran DBs that are covering you. What do you attribute that to?
Every position tells a different story. The wide receiver position is very volatile. It's even more volatile when you go inside the state of Texas, where historically it's been bad. I don't know that I've ever completely been able to put my finger on the whys. I can look at the wide receiver position. It's got a lot of personalities typically in it. But it's strange. Look, just the NFL draft percentages from quarterback to wide receiver, you're twice as likely, if you're a 5-star quarterback, to make it to the NFL draft, not just into the NFL, but to be a drafted player than wide receiver. Whereas you see the tight end numbers 100%. If there's so few really good tight ends that if you go and look at the tight end positions, when they're available, they almost always hit. There's just not a lot of them to be found. You look
I just want to know, what drug is the high 4-star tight end taking that makes it 50%? It breaks the 100%. It's 100% except when you go high 4-star.
There's not enough numbers.
Yeah.
So if you're asking that, the sample size is actually small at that position, whereas at these other positions, there's a lot more data points to sort through. Tight ends are so hard to find. If I remember exactly where this, I can't remember. This can't be nationally. Maybe this is a statewide graphic, but you're talking about Martellus. You're talking about Marty B as one of the 5-star tight ends. I'm trying to remember who the other one is, but
wasn't Eric Winston before he converted to tackle? That would have been like
he predates the data slightly. Okay. B, he wasn't a 5-star, if you can believe that.
Oh wow! I thought he was a 5-star, but before he converted from tight end to tackle, I thought Winston might have been the guy.
He should have been. Matter of fact, I tell you what. Give me a second. I should have just done this in the very beginning. Let me look up tight ends for you, and I'll tell you what they are. So, from a numbers standpoint, hold on. It's one of these damn columns where I wrote 8,000 words, so I have to sort through all my words. Okay. Oh, your 2 5-stars were Tony Hills and Martellus Bennett. The high 4-stars where you see it's 50-50. Eric Winston, good call. I was wrong. 2002. I don't know why I was thinking it was 2001. 2002, Eric Winston, he made it. DeLeon Farr was a kid in 2005. Same recruiting class as Martellus Bennett. He didn't make it. And then Caden Smith at Stanford didn't make it, but Brock Wright at Notre Dame did. Although, you know what? No, Smith was drafted in the 6th round. Brock Wright wasn't drafted, but he did play. He is playing in the NFL. So actually 75% of all high 4-star tight ends have played in the NFL, which means if you take the 6 highest rated tight ends over the last 20 years, 5 of them have played on Sundays. And during that time, only 2 the reason why that number is 100% for mid 4-stars, Jermichael Finley, Jay Samaro.
Wow.
So if you take the top 8 tight ends in the history of the state of Texas, 7 of them have played on Sundays. The only guy that's ever been ranked 5 stars, high 4 stars, or mid 4 stars as a tight end in the last 21 years that didn't make it to the NFL was DeLeon Farr in 2005, who signed with Miami. Everybody else has played on Sundays.
Man. That's crazy. All right, there you go. Look at that updated numbers as we're talking.
Yeah.
Catch and Blake, the super producer,
All right.
getting it done.
So, Catch, let me go a little off track with you on this, but I think it will help our viewers understand. We know who the 5 stars and high 4 stars in this class are. The Brandon Bakers, the Wingos, the Colin Simmons, guys that are expected to be on the field next year. Who's the guy that isn't there that just from you watching, he gives you a different vibe? Maybe not that he's an NFL elite type player, but that he's a guy that's a dog and he's going to fight his way to be on that field producing, whether it's special teams, gunner, whatever it is, he's going to play significant snaps next year, but he's not a 5-star. Who are a couple of those guys?
Or just in general? Because like
the Rashad.
Either way, you can take that either way.
I mean, look, before you said next year, I love the 2 kids from Arizona, Christian Clark, who Sark dropped a Bijan Robinson comparison in the press conference today. I think everybody that heard it went, "Wait, what?" You know that guy? He played here last year. Everybody remembers him. So Christian Clark, I love. I think he's the running back in this class. I think Jarrett Gibson's gotten more notoriety. He was certainly, when he committed, was in that super blue chip territory. His stock has dropped a little bit. I think Christian Clark and the guy that Alex and I are fighting for, who's going to be the president and the vice president of the fan club. We both love Santana Wilson. Mm-hmm. His old man was Adrian Wilson of the Arizona Cardinals, who's now in the front office with Arizona. He's grown up in an NFL world. Those guys, it's like when a Matthews brother shows up and you're like, oh, that guy's not very good. And then 5 years later, he's on an NFL team because that's what Matthews linemen do, right? And so I look at him. He's 6'1", 190. The only thing he hasn't done is go and do the camp circuit and the 7-on-7s and do the things that help guys get the big ratings. But I think if he had, I think we're talking about a guy that's a national top 50 prospect. And if I could buy stock in an underrated player in this class, he'd be the guy that I'd try to buy the most stock for.
We do have a couple of super chats we need to grab here, but first, Jason, why don't you come clean? Tell us about your round of golf out at Star Ranch. How did it go?
Normally, I guess this is more of a confessional, but guys, I have only good news to report from the golf club at Star Ranch. 252 Golfer, you can scan the QR code there if you want to set yourself up a tee time. My foursome, ladies and gentlemen, made 2 eagles, one of which I was a part of on number 12. Now, I suppose I could share with you that we always play 2-man scrambles. And while I did hit the drive on 12, I had nothing to do with the 252-yard 3-iron that my guy Todd hit to 8 feet, and I did not make the eagle putt that he made. And I was on the other side of the eagle that was made on 18th. It cost me a whole bunch of money. But the point is, we had a great day at the Star Ranch, at the golf club at Star Ranch. My favorite golf course in all of Central Texas. And the main reason, it's fun, man. It's fun. If you don't always hit the ball straight, as sometimes I have a bit of a problem with, it's pretty forgiving, and it's the perfect course if you want to go out, score well, and have fun. Again, 252 Golf, or you can scan the QR code, set up a tee time, the golf club at Star Ranch. It's Christmas. It's Christmas, guys, and it's 70 degrees every day. Let's go play golf. Let's go, man. The golf club at Star Ranch. Let's go.
All right, and
that was nice of them to let him participate today. It's Christmas. 'Tis the season to let your golfing buddies feel like they're contributing.
Hey, I'm an important part of this team. Okay, nobody goes into the woods and finds golf balls at a greater rate than I do. All right, they need me out there.
That's what all of us C&D golfers are all about, right, Jason? We just want to be a part of it. We just want to be a part of it.
Has curated the perfect menu order at the turn like I have. Okay, so they need me. They can't do without me.
My team had 2 eagles, and I was a part of one of them. You know what? All the ladies love that.
That's right. That's right.
He's the T. Anthony Smith. He's the T. Anthony Smith of his golf group. He's important, and he gets to troll on A&M.
Oh,
is that how you pronounce his name, Bo? Is that the mispronunciation of the day?
It'd be
You know what?
tight.
I've gotten Andrew Makuba down, so will you shut the fuck up?
That's
now we
true.
have a T. Anthony coming.
Good point.
Anthony. Okay.
Well, so that way I'm not making fun of the actual commit, just some guy named T. Anthony.
I cannot make fun of you, Bo, because I don't do names well.
No, I'm
Neto
really
is
bad
still
with names.
Neto because his last name, just scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, that one does not look at all like you're supposed to say it. I have to remind myself on that one every time. All right, Ketch, we didn't quite get to this one, I don't think, about Sark attacking in the portal. The first position he mentioned today was receiver. Would that be where your expectations would go? Outside of, obviously, Trey Moore.
Let's pretend like the portal store is just loaded with talent, right? They want another receiver. I think in a perfect world, they'd find a tight end. Do I think they're going to? I don't think so. But I've been told they're trying. I think that's it on offense. I think on the defensive side of the ball, we know they're going for an edge. So Trey Moore, presumably, at some point will fill that void. I think they'd like an interior. I know they'd like an interior defensive lineman. Those guys are really hard to find. And I think they'd like a linebacker. So in a perfect world, they add Trey Moore, they find another receiver, they find a tight end, and if they could find both a D tackle and a linebacker, I think they'd go up to 7 portal guys. Probably won't find a tight end, and it remains to be seen what is available for defensive tackle and linebacker. I do think they feel really confident that they're going to get a wide receiver, so much so that I've been told that Evan Stewart, the A&M wide receiver, wants to go to Texas. It's been conveyed that he wants to go to Texas. Texas just doesn't have an interest. Now, they know that they want a wide receiver, and they know how good he is. And yet, it appears, if my source that I talked to or communicated with earlier today is correct, there's a more likelihood that kid goes to LSU or Ole Miss more so that he ends up at Texas, which at this point feels off the table. So there's going to be somebody out there, and I think the coaches have a pretty good idea of who it is, but I don't at this point. And the guy that I thought might enter the portal, because I've been hearing whispers, he hasn't yet. So we'll see.
Thank you for that super chat. $4.99 from Texas TV. We got some more rolling in here. Argonath, $5. What are your thoughts on Knox Kiffin? He's a big Texas fan, apparently. I don't know. I don't know that name.
8th grade?
Who's Knox Kiffin? Are we talking about Lane Kiffin's kid?
Of Lane
Kiffin's 8th grade.
Lane bloodlines?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, those bloodlines are pretty damn good, but he's in 8th grade.
He's a 2028 prospect.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Quarterback?
Does he have a visor on?
No, but I believe Texas has offered, and
He's 2028.
apparently he Sark and Kiffin are boys. And so Knox is a big fan of the Longhorns because he loves himself some Steve Sarkisian.
Crazy.
Like Lane.
He's got his dad's hair.
Uncle Sark, huh?
Can we get a barber?
That dude is gonna have a good time with the ladies when he hits high school.
Can we get a barber to Oxford? What's going on here, man?
And can I assume quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. There you go. Knox Kiffin. Ask your super chat, and you will get a picture, Argonath. All right, we got that one.
Woodlands, who I think is going into 8th grade, named Cash Mock. You might want to get him on your recruiting screen. His dad was a 5-star.
His top 5, Knox's top 5, when he released it, I don't know, 4th grade. Ole Miss, Oregon, Florida, Georgia, and Texas.
Man, if y'all didn't see that, that was one of my favorite hat games ever. It was like right behind the monkey bars, but in front of the swings. And he had all his friends hold up hats. It was so cool. Good. It was one of my favorites of all time. All right. The Google Scholar, $4.99. Chance, was there a time you considered a switch to wide receiver? Too much athleticism to sit on the bench. Also, there's no brothers on this show. # end racism. Google Scholar, we will ignore that last part because clearly this is your first time to watch The Outsiders. Chance, did you ever consider moving to wide receiver?
Wide receiver, no. Safety, yes. And hindsight's 2020. I felt like I was really good and I was good enough to play at the next level. and it just didn't work out with the timing of the camp. It was almost like my Texas experience. Where I ended up in the NFL was about like the Texas. It was the worst place. Like, whereas Colt McCoy has had perfect timing wherever he's been, I had the opposite of that. But I had a chance, and there was a conversation with Bill Parcells prior to the draft where they asked, would I play safety? And at that time, I felt like I could play quarterback. And I was like, no, I want to be a quarterback. And he said, okay. And that conversation moved on. Hindsight's 2020. I'd have loved to have the opportunity to be, almost 6'3", 225 pounds, running a 4.4 and just light somebody's ass up, since they've been doing it to me for the last 5 years.
Chance, what if they said
thrown out of the game for targeting? So
yeah, what if they said we'll triple your meal plan? Can you play guard?
No,
not doing that.
No, I'm not that either.
Google Scholar, I'll have you know, true, there are no black people on the show, but Anwar Richardson calls me the Rock Newman of his friend group. Do you guys remember who that is?
The show with Charles S. Dutton.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh.
He's the
I knew who
former
Rock
manager
was. I didn't know
for
his last name.
He's the former manager for Riddick Bowe, who used to wear like the dashiki into the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
okay. I thought he was going with the shaved head.
He's like, yeah, man, Ketch is like Rock Newman. And I don't know if that helps or doesn't help, but it's supposed to give me some street cred for Anwar.
Well,
That'll
Cash.
work.
I mean, Cash.
That'll
Jeff,
work.
you're going to remember this. But this is where I really knew that I had made it. I go to the A&M football camp, and I popped off a 4.44 and a 40.5-inch vertical, and I had Adam Black, who is black and went to A&M, come up to me. He's like, hey, bro, can you jump for me? And I was like, what? He's like, you got the up. Can you jump for me? He's like, white men can jump. And I was like, at that point, I was like, all right, I've made it. When the black guys are asking the white guy to jump, we're doing something right.
Chance was a hell of an athlete till he got to Texas. then he discovered the bench press, and boy, Mad Dog had you guys doing so much upper body that you looked like the Incredible Hulk. After I thought you got a little too stiff when you were in college.
110% did, and I hate it. He had me lifting. Corey Redding was my workout partner half the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Corey Redding and Cole Pittman. Yeah, it was. And my dad disagreed with that, and to this day, he'll tell you, I came in and they pushed me from 205 to 235 in a summer.
Dope.
I'm telling you, Chance got too big.
If you were working out with Corey, who was Major working out with? The kicker group?
No, he was in the baking class trying to learn how to make cookies.
Oh, you beat me by that much. Well done. I was trying to, how can I work this? Good job. Nice job. All right, real quick, Darkborg throwing in a super chat. Either Darkborg is looking for a friend named J. Mike in the chat, or it was back to the tight end discussion, and he's referencing Jermichael Finley. Yeah. One of the two.
We're a little behind.
Let me.
It's all right. We're a little behind. Sometimes we have to catch up. Darkborg.
By the way, speaking of Jays, congratulations to Whittington for getting an invite to the Senior Bowl. I saw the video on Twitter today where Sark announced it to the whole team. That perseverance pays off. Like, we'll see where it ends up. He's going to be a better NFL guy than a college guy, hopefully, because he doesn't get injured in the pros. But that's great for him to get that opportunity.
And by the way, we need to be fair here. Earlier, we showed you the picture of Sark and Knox Kiffin. We do have a picture of the legendary Cash Mock if people want to see that. There's Cash right there. There he is. That is not Sark on the right, but that is Cash on the left.
Oh, my God. Offer him today. Offer him today.
Low 4-star. That is not a 5-star pickle outfit. That is a low 4-star.
That was the biggest costume fail I've ever had.
Oh, that
was fantastic.
Well,
Jeff, he wanted to be Pickle Rick, and I ordered it on Amazon, and I felt so proud of myself. And it showed up, and it was just a pickle.
Well,
pickle minus the Rick.
Yeah,
there was no Rick. It was just the pickle.
No, it reminds me, wasn't it in the original Bachelor Party when there was the Nick character. Remember the dancer, Nick the pickle?
Yeah.
Anyway, remember that scene?
That's a long time. I remember it. Yes, I can a little bit, but I did not.
The
remember
guy's
the
mom. They go into a strip club, and the guy's the bride's mom orders a hot dog.
Yes.
And so the waiter's got like a plate with a hot dog bun, and like. Anyway, sorry. We start talking about Pickle Rick, and
it's the Outsiders. You don't have to apologize for shit.
And now Chance Mock is thrusting on the show for the very first time.
Scene, which tells you how committed Chance is to this show.
Now I just don't know if having Ketch on the show is a good idea. He just got Chance to do pelvic thrusts in his second visit on the Outsiders.
I was just reenacting the scene, Chad.
What the hell is going on? All right, so Mr. Ketchum, before we let you go,
hey, Jermichael Finley, don't steal Google Scholars, or was it Google Scholar who had the super chat?
Well, no, we mentioned the super chat. It just said J Mike. I assumed they were going back to the tight end
though, because I mentioned J Mike.
You did.
Yeah, no,
J
you
Mike
did. I think
one of 2 mid 4-stars along with Jay Samaro, the only 2 guys. Although, do you know there is an active player yet that hasn't been accounted for in the numbers because he hasn't graduated? So I guess he could still be drafted. But this one will hurt your soul, Chad. Baylor Cup.
Oh,
Jesus.
Because that guy would have been on the lists. And yeah, so anyway, I didn't mean to do that to you, Chad, but
it's his day.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes that knife.
It goes along with everything else that's happened
Play
today.
to the base, Ketch. Play to the base. They know. All right.
Yeah, right. They've been wondering why I've been on Orange Bloods Live all day. It's because I told Ketch that I'm working until Bussy signs. No. Anyway. All right. We do have. Here's Google Scholar coming back now.
Uh-oh.
Super chat $4.99. Don't come for me, Chad. Chance jabbed BJ for not having whiter guys in his group chat. I watch every show. You're still my favorite Aggie, though. Okay, fair enough, Scholar. There you go. I just didn't want to be the one that tries to over-explain because then it ends up sounding way worse. So we appreciate you being here for the whole run of the Outsiders.
Oh, wow.
Definitely appreciate the super chat.
Yeah.
Yes, Ketch?
For the record, guys, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks in Round Rock. All right, so I got street cred as well. All right.
Yes, and you did strike out player number 13 or hit a home run off player number 13.
No. I hit a home run off of player number 13.
Yes,
I've never struck anybody.
Hey, guys, can we send Tracy a gift certificate or something?
Oh no.
Wow. I wonder.
Is there an Amazon gift card that we can give her that will solve this riddle?
I knew that.
Jesus Christ.
I know that look on Jeff Ketchum's face. I knew there was something on the way there. Wow.
I didn't click on that, by the way. I was trying to click on this. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
I didn't put it in the chat.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, there it is. I don't even know what to say because then if I said, hey, Chance, if the next time Tracy's on the show, would you consider thrusting? And then we get into a whole nother discussion and you don't want to do that.
Chad, you getting on me and then you said that. How dare you?
Right. No. We don't want to go down that road is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Clearly, I'm not saying this stuff out loud. I'm just thinking it. Right. It's a what are you drinking Wednesday. So all of this is.
This isn't an opportunity to write this down. Testosterone therapy. That's what Chance's new endorsement. Okay. He's low on thrusts. And
I need to call the low T center for his low T's.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got something for Ketch before we let him go? The man's been working since 7 a.m. today.
Well, you got to hit him with the plan for next week, though. He's got to be integral in this.
All right, so Ketch, here's Bo's idea. His idea is that every Wednesday we have a guest on that was set up by the previous guest on Wednesday. So the question is, could you think of a good guest for the Outsiders for next Wednesday you could help us set up?
I mean, yeah, but what do y'all want?
No, who do you want to bring into the Outsiders Club? It could be as simple as get it. And it's not like you have to do a lot of work. You have to give me a chance to contact, and we'll track them down and say, we know you and whatever. But each week, the new guest will point at the new one. So if you want to give us a former player, if you want to give us Lucci, someone from the Nebraska recruiting site, come up with the guest that we can have that's outside of our normal rotation, because, you know, our Rolodexes until baseball season are a little tired.
This is like the guy who traded a paperclip all the way to a house. Okay.
Exactly.
Eventually. Yeah.
I mean,
eventually Taylor Swift will be on this program.
Back in the day, Chad and I used to get some pretty outside the box guests. I'm trying to, what can I add to the show? Chad, do you think we still have that number of the Brazilian?
I might.
The Brazilian woman?
She might still be on the list. I bet you if she is, it's a lot more than 38 triple K right now. Because it was 38 triple K when we talked to her, and she said her goal was to hit the whole alphabet. So maybe we check in and see where it is.
I love that Chad remembers that interview so much more than I do.
Yeah.
Joel Klatt. That would be a great one.
Joel Klatt. Do you have a Joel Klatt connection for us, Ketch?
I mean, if I did, we'd already had him on our show.
That's fair. Yeah. That's
good
fair.
point.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Look, I will accept the challenge, and I will put some serious thought into it. And by serious thought, I mean I'll give it at least
This is already more thought than we put into most.
No, believe me, what I was about to say involved the word thrust, and I just stopped myself.
Right.
And I'm pretty proud. Look, it's late. I think I've done like 8, and I can't say anything because Chad's done as much as I have, but like I've spoken a lot today. I'm just gonna harness it all in. I'm also going to say Tracy for the record.
Oh, no.
I didn't have an OnlyFans account, but I do now. And they asked for my credit card info, right? Like I had to have 10 cents withdrawn. Fucking A, worth the time and the money.
Okay. Tell Chad tomorrow, and he can enlighten us as to who it is tomorrow night's show. But it's just going to be a fun thing I'm going to play.
For tomorrow night's show, or do I get a week?
No, it's for next week.
Okay. Chad will tell us tomorrow night who we're going after.
Yes. I can give him the info.
Yes, you got a whole day to ruminate. It's been a long day.
And remember, kids, what Uncle Ketch just taught you. It's still a compliment, even if the compliment is it's worth a dime. That's still a compliment, technically. Just remember that. Just remember that.
What did the guy say in Little Rascals? I got $1.
No. The thing is, no. See, you twisted my words, Chad.
That's what he does.
I'm
so twisted my words.
I didn't mean to.
I didn't say it was worth a dime. I just said it cost initially to sign up.
Mm-hmm. And it was well worth it.
Let me help. I think
it's a free subscription.
They just to verify.
I'm just saying at this point, I'd pay more than free.
I don't know what he went. Hey, we are the outsiders. We are legitimately worth a shit, and that's why.
There you go. That's it right there. All right, there he is, Jeff Ketchum, orangebloods.com. He'll try to get us a guest for next Wednesday, and then we'll see where that idea goes if he's up for it. How about the Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell? Well, geez, Kevin.
No. Let me stop this in advance.
Come on now.
You guys don't know what the fuck Earl Campbell would say at 10 o'clock at night. It would get this show canceled. Because I've been a part of interviews that Earl's done at noon.
Yes.
And I can remember the late Sean Adams and I having to kill an entire interview that he did. Because he mentioned, I can say it now because the guy doesn't work here anymore, but he was like, a former head coach at Texas just didn't care about black people. It was kind of like a Kanye West comment about George Bush. It's like, oh, he doesn't. And had Earl, we released the tape of Earl saying that have made national news because Earl didn't say it as politely as I just did.
Fair enough. Kevin, we appreciate the super chat.
So no on Earl. Earl at 10 o'clock at night?
Okay. All right. There you go. There you go.
I'm just letting you know.
His son is awesome. Maybe we'll get him at some point. I've actually texted with him about it. His son has a great story, but
I'm just saying Earl
doesn't
give an F. He will say, and look, when you live as long as Earl has, you get to say whatever you want to say, and like nobody can tell you not to. I look forward to being Earl's age so I can just pop off some shit sometimes. You know what they say about old Chance Mock? He thrusts too much. I just want to be able to come on shows and say wild stuff.
It just makes me want to have Earl on.
You don't even have to be able to say that.
I don't know why. I just really want to have Earl on now. All right. Ketch, we appreciate it, sir. Always great to talk with you, and I will do that again tomorrow. Have a good night, boss.
I love that I talked y'all into bringing Earl onto the show. Like that was supposed to be a break, and instead, when I'm off, you guys are going to go, we got to get Earl Campbell.
Yes.
Well, I've already got the idea in my head of a Father's Day episode with Earl and his son and a bottle of whiskey. It's going to be fucking phenomenal.
There it is. There it is.
All right, boys, I'm glad that I could be of service tonight. I will help next Wednesday get filled. You guys have a great rest of the night. I'll talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Jeff Ketchum on National Signing Day, talking some Longhorns.
I just want to clarify for the boss. I think he's saying it costs 10 cents. Like that's to verify the credit card. Like they make us a micro deposit or withdrawal, whatever. When he says it was worth he's not saying that Tracy's content is worth a dime. Okay. I think that was just part of the process. However, I'd pay more than free might be the next t-shirt. That might be the next.
I'd pay more than free. Yes, exactly. And obviously Tracy was at least checking out part of the show. We hope she's having a good night tonight. We hope all of you are having a good night tonight. I see Chris Bennett and Sandman and all kinds of folks in the chat. We are sorry we couldn't get to more chats tonight. And obviously we ran long again when Ketch was on the show. It does happen. One thing I did want to get to tonight, just real quick, and Chance, you let me know if this is a longer conversation for tomorrow night, but I said I would mention it to you. This whole thing where Sark went to the leadership council on the team reportedly and said, hey, we're going to have the early enrollee guys be a part of practice as we get ready for the Washington game. And the leadership council shot it down. There were folks in the chat that wanted to know, what would Chance Mock have done if he's getting ready for a big game like that? And let's say you're on that leadership council and the coach comes to you with that idea. What do you do with that idea?
I say no. I say let them come to practice, let them watch. But we fought together as a core group, as a team. These guys, they don't even know the playbook. At what extent are they even going to be able to do anything? So I let them come in, be around the program, watch practice just like the recruits do when they come in town, be part of the day-to-day. But I don't like introducing in new in the middle of trying to finish what you're doing. Like, it's a group of guys that have gone through this together. They fought through this together. And obviously, I mean, this is down the list of things, but Malik was very well liked in the locker room, him being gone and then, new people. I just think don't mess with the chemistry right now. Just let us finish. We're happy you're here. Come watch practice. Let us do our work, and then we're going to set the bar even higher for next year.
And the great news for Texas was that discussion was kind of for the early morning and mid-morning stuff when Ryan Wingo hadn't signed. And there was this thought of, well, could he be a part of but Ryan Wingo eventually did sign later in the day. Ryan Wingo, we found out later, was literally sleeping while the discussion was going on. He woke up, he tweeted that he was up, and then he went and signed with Texas.
He literally became my favorite player in this class because you're really good, and I know we got to end the show at some point, but you're really good, and you are a true 5-star when you can be like, nah, coach, I'm on holiday break. I'm going to take a nap, and when I'm done, I'll sign this letter you sent me. That's like something Jason would do. Like, Nah, boss, I ain't got time to sign that contract. It's nap time. When I wake up, though, I got a pen ready.
I've never been on a leadership council, more of a levity council. If they have one of those, if they got a joke council, I'll do that. But yeah, you're right, Bo. That is more my speed.
There it is from earlier today, right about 10 a.m.
It was at 9:57. I mean, come on. It's Christmas break. The guy can't sleep till 10.
He made it till 11, and at 11 he said, "All right, I'm signing."
And boys,
everybody tried to make it like he was trying to get more money or whatever. No, dude was on holiday break and wanted to take a snoozer. Let him have some fun.
And maybe the best part about it was that was after a fake Ryan Wingo account. This is how big he is, Bo. A fake account tweeted the "I'm up." And then he came back, the real account, and said, "I'm up." And then the smiley faces and LOL.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what you got going on with big time.
You know who doesn't do that? A low 4-star or no. You have to be a true 5-star to be like, "Nah, coach, I ain't getting up at 7 a.m. to sign that paper. It's 11."
Yeah. How's the Bo Edge fake account going, Bo? The Bo 7482. What was it?
I don't know, the one that Tracy tagged me on Twitter to help promote the show.
Yeah, that's your fake account.
Bo Robert.
Yeah,
Bo Robert 33 or 03 or something. Bo Robert.
She found the only guy on Twitter that has less followers than I do. I think it's the only.
All I know is that the guy that I was named after won the Masked Singer tonight. Or finished second in the Masked Singer. Sorry, finished second.
Do what?
Bo Duke. John Schneider finished second in the.
Whoa, stop. You know John Schneider?
No, he got second in the Masked Singer tonight.
Oh.
I was named after Bo Duke. Long story. We'd have to do it another night.
I thought you were saying it's someone you know. I'm like, well,
no,
I got
I'm saying the guy that played Bo Duke actually can sing and finished second in the Masked Singer.
All right. Hey, Chance on a Specs is saying we've now derailed. We're talking about TV stars that Bo was named after and how they were on the Masked Singer.
Finishing second in the Masked Singer is almost as prestigious as being a regular host of The Outsiders. Almost.
That's better than finishing third like Macy Gray, who has Grammys.
You know what?
She lost to 68-year-old Bo Duke.
Bo, I'm going to support you here. Chance, Jason, how dare both of you? Because Bo is referencing one of the greatest American TV shows ever and one of my first, bromance TV crushes. I want to look like that guy. I wanted to be Bo Duke as a kid so much. I would flip out if we could talk to John Schneider one day. That would be fantastic.
Oh, God. If that's who Ketch gave us, that would be heaven.
For a second, I seriously thought Bo Edge was telling us all this time he's known Bo Duke, and he didn't tell us that.
No,
that's what I thought.
He's on my wish list of guys to meet.
I have
named after the dude.
I have a real Bo Duke that I could get us in touch with. His name is Bo Duke.
I don't want to meet a dude named Bo Duke. I want to meet the guy that played Bo Duke.
It's one of Cash's buddies, and I shit you not, his dad's name is Forrest. I'm like, this is the greatest family ever.
Forrest Duke and Bo Duke?
Mm-hmm.
We need to get them both on the show at the same time. Is what we need to do.
You're going to get me Dr. Red Duke, but I think he passed.
Oh, Dr. Red Duke. From the University of Texas Health Science Center in Houston. I'm Dr. Red Duke. The Google Scholar, 199. One of y'all has to know Adrian Peterson, right? I do not.
Living in the woodlands.
Is he really?
Palestine, Texas, but no.
No, I don't think we have that connection, but thank you for that. That may be another layer to your idea, Bo, that if the guest can't get us something for the next Wednesday, maybe the chat should just be in charge.
I just thought it would be cool. We'd mix up instead of going to our comfort zone and the people that we know, let's venture outside of it. If that includes an actor or musician, whatever.
There it is. Or we just ask the Chance on a Shelf that's behind Bo now, but has been all over the show tonight, what it wants to do. Chance on a Shelf.
Chance on a Shelf. That is my gift from the White Elephant at my company party. They really wanted to show me that they cared.
It really is a Chance on a Shelf, Bo.
Yeah, it is both at the same time.
If you look at the, it
Bo
really
sees
is.
it, right? Bo does see it. No,
I can't see. If he put one on there, I can't see it.
What did you do to your?
Wow, Bo's been drinking enough. He doesn't see the elf on his screen.
There isn't one on the screen I'm looking at.
All right. Oh, reboot the Windows 95, and he's right there.
That's so good.
He's over by your microphone, sitting on the specs on my screen.
That is so great. I
We're all looking at it. It's literally right behind the elf.
What month is it? What show are we doing? Do you know Texas is playing in the college football playoff? Do you know what's going on here?
Not make me blind. Blake is messing with my mind.
Wow, that is fantastic. Blake, you are the super producer for a reason. Well done. Well played. It's like both on a delay, and the three of us aren't. I have no idea how this is happening. All right, before we get out of here, let's remind them. Did we get all Blake? Did we get all the super chats? We did. Yes. Adrian Peterson was the last super chat. Thank you for that. All right, before we get out of here, let's talk Stuffed Cajun Meat Market real quick, Bo. Tell them what they can do. We got Christmas in like 5 days.
If you want to make your holidays a little better when your family's in town, scan the QR code, Stuffed Foods, put in your order, go pick it up, make your holidays a little better Cajun style. Gumbo, jambalaya, etouffee, all the sausages, Stuffed Foods.
What happens there is when the screen goes to the Stuffed Foods, Bo's mind says, Chad's a pro, and he'll shut the hell up. Sometimes that doesn't happen. That's on me. Stuffed, I'm so sorry. Terrible.
No, all good.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, snap.
You see this? For whom the band tolls. You want to know how you know you're old? This is it. Metallica, the marching band competition is going on. Over 150,000 in prizes. And I'm not sure if we're asking our viewers to enter now, but they can vote. Right, Bo? They can go on and vote for UT's band if they want.
There's a Texas Longhorn band entry in this contest. So you go to that website and you can vote for Texas. So once again, Texas can dominate. And one other thing, the Metallica band competition.
I don't want to make trouble this late in the show. Are we sure those are the 4 members of Metallica in this graphic? What's going on here?
I can verify those
Lars
are
is
the 4 current members, yes.
Robert
looks like
Is that Kirk on the left? That's Kirk Hammett?
Kirk Hammett on the left. Then you got Lars and what appears to be a
Lars.
hat.
The other guy looks like a bad Danny Trejo knockoff.
And that's the new bass player. That's, in fact, his name is, I believe, Robert Trujillo.
Robert Trujillo has been in the band for 20 years. I don't know if I call him the new bass player, but yeah.
He's kind of like what Ron Wood's been in the Stones. He's the new guy, but he's been there forever. And then James Hetfield's just doing the head cocked back, I'm looking tough. That's why it doesn't look like Hetfield at first.
That's the picture of every 17-year-old in high school.
I think this is an awesome competition. I'm excited to see what happens, but I didn't mean to derail us here. But those are some stunt doubles, I think, for Kirk and James.
Well, and the scariest part, guys, for me, this is how I know I'm old, about to turn 49 years old. Oh man, that's the one. That's the one I was waiting for. Because if you guys have not heard the live stuff when the Chance on a Shelf tours with Metallica, so good. So good. Chance on a Shelf doing Sanitarium is one of my favorite live tracks.
We have officially gone off the fucking rails.
Oh my God.
But it's crazy how many of these marching bands have done Metallica sets. If you had told me that when I was 14, like, do you guys know how scared the band directors were of Metallica when I was 14 years old? They thought we were all going to hell.
We had Flight of the Bumblebee
at the shows, and now Chance, the TCU band is playing Metallica. There's nothing less dangerous than the TCU band playing a Metallica song. Like, that just makes me feel ancient. So sad. So sad. All right, kids, it's 10:25. We've gone as long as we've ever gone on an Outsider show by far. Let's hit Poncho one more time. I've been wearing this shirt all damn day. PonchoOutdoors.com. That's Colt in a camo poncho shirt. You might look good in that, or the burnt orange version, or the black, or the white. They've got all kinds of colors and designs and styles. Hit the QR code there, or just go PonchoOutdoors.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, there's Colt in a poncho shirt fishing. That's the one I've got to wear. If Bo gets me the shirt, I got to wear that one for an Outsider show for sure. And if Texas gets to the championship game, I'll wear it against Bama or Michigan and root on the Longhorns. And I'll take it off if it's giving bad luck and, people want me to take it off. I can do that. Not in like a striptease way. We're not doing that. That's on my OnlyFans page.
I'd pay more than free. You'd pay more than free? Fair enough.
Put 10 cents in on it, Chad. I got a dime.
I will keep that in mind. All right, so we will have a show tomorrow night. Let's get you our schedule here. Since Monday is Christmas, there'll be no Outsiders then. We'll do regular Wednesday and Thursday shows next week, and then no Outsiders on the 1st because the Longhorns are going to be playing a semifinal. If they win, sorry, Bo, when they win, we'll do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday show after the semifinal. But also tomorrow night, you're going to want to be here for a Thursday night Outsider show. Right at the beginning of the show, I have a Christmas gift for Bo Edge. Where is he? Right there. And tomorrow night, right at the beginning of the show, I have a Christmas
Bills
gift.
will be up 28-0, so he'll be focused on the show.
Oh, wait, is it a Bills night? I had forgotten about that. That's not true. No.
Yeah.
Bills Chargers, right?
No.
When is Bills Cowboys? When is that? We still got to play
Friday
Bills
night.
Cowboys
Or Saturday night.
It's the Rams in New Orleans tomorrow, isn't it?
No, it's fun.
Saturday.
We play on Saturday.
Saturday.
Then Chance will be completely dialed in.
Chance will be focused in. We'll get Bo a Christmas present at the beginning of the show, and then we'll see what other kind of fun we can find on a Thursday night Outsiders. Thanks to Blake, the super producer, who wants to kill all of us right now because it's so damn late. Thank you for your hard work and moving the Chance on the shelf around all night long. That was fantastic. And I think I know where he's finishing, but I don't want to tell Bo to freak him out. All right. Thanks to everybody in the Specs chat and everything they do for us as well.
God,
my Lord. Until tomorrow night at 9:00, Longhorn fans, congratulations. Congratulations on a hell of a signing class. And if you do see Mr. Bussey or Mr. McKinley or Mr. Evans or any of those guys out and about, if you could just tell them to throw a signature in for me, that would be great. Or maybe talk to them and try to flip them in February. Either way. Until 9:00 tomorrow night, we are the Outsiders. We are really late, and we are legitimately worth a shit. What up,